Okay, we're gonna do episode 3 of Love You Teacher. We're still on time, but not so much. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, even though Love You Teacher came out Saturday and today is Tuesday. My Wi-Fi has been bugging lately and it still is bugging and I'm still pissed off, but let's do this. Remember what we left off, right? Where everyone found out about that Pop Meg and Solar/Sun switching bodies, and that Pop Meg asked for sponge bath, which is Pop Meg's way of saying help me. So let's continue. This part is so cute and funny at the same time because Pop Meg finding out how he can get Solar switched back from Sun, and he's happy sleeping, but then we wake up, or at least Sun wakes him up to get him to go to work. Let's be honest, they picked the right person to play as the kid, because Santa really act exactly as a cute little child, and the way how he's acting it, I don't think there's anyone that can play this part better than Santa. I think if Shimon put his heart to it, maybe he could, but that's my opinion. I'm just saying Santa made this one so effortlessly. I love how they're making this boy watching kiddie shows as a 7-year-old. Yet, as a 7-year-old, you think you try to solve things like, what the hell is happening to my body? But don't worry, Solar come up with a great idea. Maybe I don't know how to read time or something, because homeboy got up, put on his clothes, and he looked at his son as like, why did you wake me up 6 o'clock and told me it was 7 o'clock? And I see daylight, like little sun. And I'm like, that's how 6 o'clock looks like? Maybe my world or my timing is off, because ain't no way 6 o'clock looks like that with sun beaming through the windows. Anyways, because Pop Meg figured out that Solar and Sun both have to sleep to switch bodies, so Pop Meg come up with the calendar, can tell if Sun sleeps, Solar wakes up. If Solar sleeps, Sun's wake up. So he has the calendar on each day, so he knows who he will encounter. Also, he says Solar came up with a plan to negotiate with Sun so he can cooperate with Pop Meg. See, and this is why Solar is good at what he does when teaching his little students. Because tell me why, with all this, and he said that you're probably wondering, how is it that you wake up and everyone's calling you a different name, and that there is a mission, and that we need to get rid of the curse or something like that. The fact that Solar made this video and let this go on, and the fact that he knew it would work, because tell me why he did all this video and actually Sun really agreed to it and made it feel like it's a mission he's doing. I'm like, this is why Solar is good at what he does, because he knew his 7-year-old self would actually go with it. And I said his 7-year-old self because this is important for later. Dude, when I saw these four like this, immediately I thought of Power Ranger. Dude, the fact that this whole video thing worked is a surprise to me. But I think it surprised Pop Meg, but also he didn't doubt his man, because his man is good like that. The greatest thing about this entire plan is actually convincing the children to believe that Solar is pretending to be 7-year-old, and the kids actually believed, and the fact that they treated him as such while feeling like it's just a friend thing. I am glad of how this whole thing is working out, even though they're still learning how to switch from Solar to Sun. By the way, I think Sun is enjoying this moment, regardless of the fact that he's in an older body, but I think he's enjoying this life. But I just want to know, though, where has he been for the whole entire duration of his years? Or maybe it is just, okay, we reached to this part. We're rushing it too much. I'm just saying it's an important thing to realize that Sun and Solar are the same person. That's the hint. We'll talk about that later and why I said that. Okay, we're finally talking sense into our brain and bringing this boy to a doctor, a brain doctor, because they don't really understand what's happening to Solar switching to Sun and Sun switching to Solar. But like, here's the funny part. They're at a doctor, and Son is asking, why are we here? And so Pop Meg said, we're at a doctor to check what's happening to you. Now, son, knowing when you're at a doctor, the only thing that kids think of is getting an injection and being scared. So Pop Meg said, this is nothing about injection. You're just going to get checked out for a little bit and talk to the doctor, and that is it. Until a kid came out and scared the entire bejeebers out of Son, because Son is like, no, I don't want to do the mission anymore. I want to leave. But during the struggle of trying to leave, here comes the doctor. I think because Son sees the doctor and sees that the doctor is good looking or pretty, he started to sit back down, because that's what some kids are like. So they got to talking after they sat down, and the doctor noticed, like, he knows that this person is Son. So she asked Son, how old are you? Son is like 7. And the doctor is like, you shaky? Are you nervous? And Son is like, no, I'm not nervous. I just want to pee. Typical 7-year-olds. I'm just telling you. I don't think anyone can do this the way our Santa did it. He's acting. I'm telling you, if he doesn't get an award for this, they have overlooked this boy and underrated this boy, because this boy, I'm telling you, is acting. He act like a little kid and an adult. Top tier. Okay, so a nurse followed him to go to the bathroom, but the nurse did not go inside with him, because, it's a big person body acting like a little boy. But anyways, the nurse was outside the door, and Son was inside washing his hand, but he wanted to escape from this hospital because he feels like Pop Meg is fooling him and he might get an injection soon. So he decided that he's gonna sneak out the window. I mean, I get the plan, but it wasn't the greatest plan. Now, because Son has gone to the bathroom for quite some while, Pop Meg is wondering what the hell is taking him so long. So he ended up going to the bathroom, saw the nurse, and asked the nurse if Son is in the bathroom. So the nurse says, yes, he's in there, but he's, and as soon as she says something, we hear a noise in the bathroom. And of course, Pop Meg opened the door and he saw Son. You see, when I said the plan did not go as planned, because Son was thinking of a 7-year-old for a 7-year-old body. He didn't think it through for an adult body, because how you think that you would have fit through that? That's like maybe a kid could fit through it, but now he's stuck and he wants help. I ain't gonna lie, your outfit is cute, your socks is cute, your shoes is cute, but why you gonna stuck yourself? It don't make no sense, Son. It don't make no sense. My guess we're planning to live in this place for quite some while. Could tell me why Pop Meg, or maybe Solar, decided to frame the exact spot that Son drew on the wall. I mean, it's home. I ain't gonna lie to you, the drawing is very cute. I've never seen anyone put a smiley face on a tree before. Or is it a tree? I don't even know if it's a tree, because that part with the green is the tree and the house. But I'm guessing maybe that is just Son. I don't know. Okay, we're back at home. But Son doesn't want to speak to Pop Meg. Pop Meg tries to make amends with him by making a snack, but Son is not looking at him. I get it. Son is saying, looked at Pop Meg and is like, am I sick? Why do I need to go to the hospital? And Pop Meg has to make him feel better by telling him that, don't worry, when we get rid of the curse, everything will be okay and you will be fine. This is where things get very emotional for me, because Son then looked at Pop Meg and was like, once we get rid of the curse, will I still be okay? Will I be back? And initially, I feel like he mean like, will he be Son? Will he be like this? But he's not realizing that Pop Meg's only doing this to get back Solar, not Son. But I mean, Son doesn't have to know all that. Now, to make Son feel a little bit better and not feel sad anymore, Pop Meg has organized a box with toys for Son to play with. To be honest, I don't think anyone even realizes that this is a very frustrating and hard work to do, trying to maintain this level of patience with a 7-year-old. But I think it's the reason Pop Meg is doing this, because remember, Pop Meg doesn't like kids, but this person is in the man he loves body, so he's gonna do everything for the man that he loves. I'm telling you, the things you do for love is impeccable. I don't even know how he does that, but the patience he has for the man he loves says it all. You know, I feel it for Son because he doesn't even know what's happening to himself. But at the same time, the only thing he knows is that people keep calling him Solar when his name is not Solar, it's Son. But I think he kind of get what's going on in his life. But at the same time, I do feel it for him because all these things that Pommek is doing is not for the sure. It's not for Son. It's for the fact that he wants his man back. And he wants to get rid of Son. And Son is there enjoying the life that he never got to do. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so Pommet left Son to play with the little toys in the box while he's speaking to Solar's mother. On the phone, Solar's mother asked about the doctor visit, and Pommet told the mother, but also he said that while he's talking to the doctor tells him that what's happening to Solar/Son is has to do with some type of problem, but also it has to do maybe a trigger. The reason he's switching into Sun and Solar is maybe it has something to do with some past trauma that he went through. And if he can figure out what that past trauma is, they can figure out what next to do to get rid of Sun and keep Solar, or at least what not to do or what to do or whatever. So Pommet said the only thing he told the doctor, which is what he knows, is the fact that when he asked Solar about his childhood trauma, because apparently it has to do with childhood trauma back in the past, of course. Solar said he has nothing. He doesn't remember anything. So Pommet decided to ask the mother, and if the mother knew. Now, the mother was about to say something, but then there was noise in the background. So Pommet had to end the call to see what the hell Son is doing, because you can't leave kids alone. It's just not a right thing to do. When Pommet went outside, it's a chaos. Not exactly how he left Son. Son made a lot of mess, went through another box, and he did a lot. So, again, we can't be upset with Son. Son is only 7. He doesn't know nothing. So, Pommet tries to approach him, but remember that snack that he was giving Son, the pancake? He slipped on it, and he fell. At this point, Pommet, you're too old for this. You're too old for this whole thing. This is too much. It is now the next day, and as we can see, this is Solar. Solar is kissing his man on the cheek, and it's like, oh, wow. Did you wake up early or did you not sleep? And Pommet is like, I didn't sleep, because we all know that Pommet is not an early bird. Solar is. So Pommet looked at Solar and like, look at the condition of this place, of what Son did. Listen to me. Having kids is no walk in the park. You have to have the patience with these kids. And you have to I don't know, but trust me, they will test you. When you have kids, and you know you have kids, and the time is too quiet, something is wrong. When you live alone and it's quiet, that's peace. That's peace. Not with kids. Not with kids. Anyways, Pommet is telling Solar what the doctor said and asked Solar if he even remember anything as a child, and Solar said no, he doesn't remember anything. Not that he knows of any past trauma, anything. He doesn't have any memories of those things. And if he does, I don't think he would remember. I don't know. But anyways, he also said that he really needs Solar. Pommet also said he really needs Solar to get back to his whole self so he can actually enjoy the moments with him. But he can't do that if Son keeps appearing, and it's just hectic. So hectic. But at the same time, while he's saying that, the look on Solar's face seems like maybe having Son is not a bad idea, but also he feels sad. But also he looks at an umbrella. The umbrella has history. There's an umbrella that has history in this thing. Son even broke Pommet's phone. See, I want to know, what the hell did Son do for him to break your phone? What did he do? Now we're back to teaching. Solar is teaching his students. But I'm trying to figure out, has any one of his students ever wondered, let's see, who do we have? Sun or solar? Is this really even real or is this pretending? None of those students decided to ask anything about the whatever they're going through with two personality in one body. So Bob Mac showed up with the umbrella because the umbrella has history. And Z said, I know teaching doesn't pay well, but come on, you don't have to be frugal because the umbrella is broken. But Bob Mac said that the umbrella has history with him and Solar and the significance of this umbrella. But somebody broke it, son. So in his university days, Pop Mac asked his mother to bring a box of stuff that he has at home so she can bring it. But the mother brought the wrong box, which includes a CD. On the CD, he sang some music, which we're going to talk about later, and the umbrella. But those are the stuff that he didn't want. Now, at the time, it was very rainy at that day. So he had an umbrella. It was working very good. I don't know how much of those umbrella GMMTV had, but if it's submerged, damn. Anyways, Solar came in the dorm soaked because he doesn't have an umbrella. And when Solar saw the umbrella, Solar's like, oh, that's a nice umbrella. Pop Mac wanted Solar to have it, and Solar's like, nah, I will just try to get my own. When Solar opened the umbrella, he had a keychain that had a sun on it. And Solar said, oh, it has me on it. But then I hear he switched up and it's like, no, because it's Solar. And then they open it up, see? It's a big Solar. Now, bear in mind, the name, like remember I said, the Sun and Solar are one person. I will get to that soon. It's important. But anyways, while he opens to the umbrella and they got close, I think this was when Pop Mac noticed Solar, and I think that's when he started to like Solar. Pop Mac says ever since then he started to bring the umbrella on a rainy time so he can get closer to Solar. He said that the umbrella was the best excuse he could have used to get closer to Solar. But technically, it was also Solar's idea as well. We'll get to that part soon. Can you imagine? Because all of episode 2, I was like, they better give us a reason how they end up together, what causes it. Only to find out the umbrella is what brought them together. Now here in the story, these two is like, I will be upset too if someone broke something this important to me. I'll be punishing Sun. After they finished talking, Miss Diva here, and let me tell you something, the way she walked, the way she talked, attitude-wise, was all diva. She's like, if you need to know something about someone, you should know that they must have a book, like a secret book or something, and you'll find out about their secrets and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, aren't you supposed to be in Solar's class? How the hell you passed Solar and got into big people's conversation? Now, the trio thought the girl had a thing going on, like she really had an idea, only to find out it's a bunch of drawings. They don't really have much, nothing to go on here, but hey, at least they tried. But while talking to the little girl, Z came up with an idea that can benefit everyone. Z said, in order to get Solar fully tagged, we need to get Sun to be tired. Remember, they need to sleep to get each other's personality. So Z said that for them to get Solar throughout the entire day, they need to make sure that they need to make sure that Sun is tired. What they're planning is to make sure to get Sun fully tired, but also make Solar be wide awake throughout the entire thing. It's gonna be tricky, but if they get Sun to get wide awake throughout the entire course, then maybe they can get Solar's body back. Maybe. We don't know if this plan is concrete. We just know that we can get this out of the way. While they're making the plan, Solar doesn't look that much happy while they're making the plan, but he had to pretend that he's happy. But at the same time, he was looking on the calendar. It's like there's something on the calendar, some event coming up that he's very sad about, because in that moment, maybe he wouldn't be as energetic at that time when whatever happens on that time on the calendar. So he had to pretend that he's okay with this plan, knowing deep down he's not okay. You know, by the end of this drama, we're all gonna learn the handshakes or whatever you call that unity handshake thing. If they have an event, if their fans didn't do this handshake, I don't even know what will. Maybe if one day I do get a fan signing somewhere along the line, I will definitely bring up this handshake and see if Perth and Santa still remembers it. The edit. Anyways, today is Sun's Day. Like, literally. Today is Sun. This is Sun. And the plan has progressed. It's the first of the plan and hoping that the plan works. There's too much things going on downstairs. I'm trying to focus there. But the whole look given 1970s look. The shorts, the socks, the sweat top. Anyways, the plan is to go running. You know, when you run a kid out and let them run and play around, that's where they get tired. So that's the next plan. These shoes are cute. I wonder if GMMTV is putting these out on sales. Because if they do, I want them. I want them in black and white because I'm a girl who loves black. Or at least a dark color or something. But these are cute. Okay, so they let poor Sun run around, get tired, and now it's time for Solar. Bear in mind, this is all happening in one freaking day. It's not the next day. Literally, they're tiring this boy out today, and then gets him tired, sleep, and then immediately on that same hour day, Solar comes in. Bear in mind, Pop Meg is not doing this alone, as you can see. It's the trio. Now Solar is up to doing work. What the plan is to make sure they can make Solar stay up as long as possible by making sure he does a lot of activity, drink coffee, so Sun doesn't appear. But in actuality, they want to know how long Solar and Sun can keep up so they can know what they need to do and how many times they need to calculate for Solar to be appear than Sun. But what they need to understand is nobody is sleeping, including Solar and Sun. I feel like because they're doing it the same day, both Solar and Sun already feel like they're already fully awake on the same day. So meanwhile, Sun doesn't realize what's happening. Solar already knows. So I'm trying to figure out, is this even a healthy way of doing things? You're literally forcing each personality to come out, and at this point, in my opinion, Pop Meg, you're just trying to do things your way instead of trying to figure it out the right way. I love the friendship that both Pop Meg and Solar have with these two, because even though they are tired and stressful, they did do whatever it is to get through to the whole day. It's a hectic job, but they did do it, and that's a friendship that you can barely see in reality. Anyways, while Pop Meg is seeing the other two out professionally, that's how people do, you know. Let me see you out so you can actually have a safe trip home. Anyways, while they're outside, Solar decided to text his mother to come over Sunday because there's gonna be something happening this Sunday. So the mother is like, anything from my son. Ooh, we love a mother that's love their children. Okay, so while Pop Meg went to wash his face just to freshen up because he's ready for the next plan, Solar is taking sleeping pills because Solar wants to sleep because there's a specific event that's going on Sunday on the calendar. When Pop Meg sees this, Pop Meg starts crying and is like, why are you doing this? I thought we were agreeing with the plan. Why did you want to sleep right now? Solar looked at Pop Meg and says, even though they're doing all this plan, he's gonna be real with him. He was never happy because he feels like he's forcing all this on both him and Sun. And he says he also feels sorry for Sun because Sun doesn't even understand what's happening. But I think Sun was trying to have a moment of his time because he never had that. And while he's saying that, you tend to reminisce on Sun and you're looking at it. I'm like, oh shit. Sun never got that moment. Sun was happy. Sun was literally going through a great moment with the people that he trusted. Solar then looked at Pop Meg and said, do you know why I love you so much? And then we went back into the past where Pop Meg was sharing the umbrella. This was the moment when Solar said, nope, Pop Meg said that the reason you use the umbrella as an excuse because we're getting to the umbrella, people. We're getting to the umbrella. Bear in mind, look what Solar was doing. Solar was going in his bag. And then Pop Meg shows up with the umbrella. First of all, do not do what Pop Meg did. Pop got a little wet from the rain, even though he shared the umbrella. The umbrella wasn't a house and land big umbrella, but they got a little wet. And he turned the fan on himself for what? To get dry? Yeah, don't do that, because one, you might get sick, because water and breeze is cold, especially when it's rain. It gets a little bit chilly. Don't do that, people. Don't do that. Okay, so here's the funny part. So remember, when I said that umbrella is important? Well, when Pubmec brought home, which is the dorm, after they shared one umbrella, Solar accidentally dropped an umbrella that was in his bag. Remember when I said Solar was looking in his bag? He was literally about to take out his umbrella, but Pubmec showed up. Pubmec used the umbrella as an excuse so he can get close to Solar. But now that Pubmec knows that Solar has an umbrella, he's like, so you already have an umbrella? And Solar is like, yeah, I've had this umbrella for a while now. The way he was acting so shy and embarrassing, I'm like, Santa, you know how to act, boy. Also, I was watching one of my favorite reactors, and they let me realize that the director, producer, whatever, let them put the camera on the fan to let the fan go left and right. I'm like, wow, now I realize. Anyways, Solar said the reason he never told Pubmec about the umbrella that he bought a while ago is because he wanted to see how long Pubmec will continue showing up with the umbrella, indicating how long he will find out that he likes him and stuff like that. So Pubmec said, now that you know I show up all the time, you understand how I feel about you. And they both knew that they both like each other. I'm telling you, that umbrella was their gateway ticket to their feelings. So we're in the present, and Solar looked at Pubmec and said the reason he loves Pubmec is because of his consistency and his patience. And he thinks that the way they're going about this whole thing is too rushed, and he feel like he wants to go things slow and see if they can find out another solution without being like this. But the way our Solar was talking, Pubmec could have easily guessed that something is off. So when he looked behind Solar on the calendar, he realized that Sunday is approaching, and Sunday is in a very important moment because Sunday is Solar and Pubmec's anniversary. And so Solar said the reason he wanted to take the sleeping pill is because he wants to wake up on Sunday as himself so he can celebrate that anniversary with Pubmec. But unfortunately, Solar slept for 2 days, and the person that woke up is Sun. It is now Sunday, and the plan has not gone as it planned. So apparently the pill did work. It just worked a little too well. So if you guys didn't realize, if he took the pill at that time, he would have woken up Sunday, but there was a problem. Remember, they were too occupied keeping up both Solar and Sun. So his body was too exhausted. So of course he's going to sleep for 2 days. It's not the pill that helped it, but the pill did help him to sleep early. But because he slept and his body was too exhausted, both Sun and Solar is exhausted, of course he's going to sleep for 2 days. So unfortunately, they would have to celebrate the anniversary without Solar. I really feel it for Pubmec because he really wanted to celebrate the anniversary with his man, but it is what it is. We can't just force it anymore. We just have to make sure that Sun is having fun and just figure out another solution to get back Solar. I'm telling you, every time I look at Santa, I keep thinking this is the Santa that was acting with Cool Heart, a totally different personality to now. It's so cute. I think GMMTV wanted to make Santa a cute person. So seeing that it's Sunday and it's Pubmec and Solar's anniversary, everyone is apologizing because Pubmec has missed out on celebrating the anniversary with his man. But Pubmec is saying it's okay. I think they blame themselves because they rushed into everything and this caused the problem. But it is what it is. Maybe they can do a belated anniversary. But luckily, Solar texted his mother ahead of time to tell her to come over on Sunday. I feel like Solar knew that somewhere along the line he wouldn't have spent time with Pobmek on their anniversary. So that's why he came up with the idea that his mother should come on Sunday, because she has a lot of things that Solar planned for him. I'm so glad the mother gets to come, because I was like, when is the mother going to show up? Unfortunately, she didn't want to communicate with the son right now, because she was actually here for Public, because the plan that Solar gave to her, she has to finish it. I do hate that the entire episode that she didn't at least try to speak to her son personally, but maybe in the next episode or episode before after that. Anyways, continue. If I didn't know what this was, I would think it was Pubmek's birthday. But anyways, so Solar let his mother prepare a cake, his favorite type of cake for Pubmek, and a video, because Solar made a video for Pubmek. Okay, so in this video, Solar mentioned that if Public is seeing this video, it means the plan to celebrate their anniversary together did not go as planned. And so in this video, we found out that, hey, Public and Solar have been in a relationship for 7 years. Wow. Also, he did mention that he asked his mother ahead of time, because he knew somewhere along the line that they may not have celebrated the anniversary. And so he said to his mother that they should make Public's favorite type of cake, which is coconut flavored. And the way how the video was so long that the mother fed the cake to Public. Also, Solar knew that his mother would make like a sound and open her mouth. The video is very long, to the point that I think Solar is so good he predicted how everyone would have acted. There's also a gift bag with a mini book that Solar wrote in it and asked Public to read it out loud. It was very emotional. I love this. This is how parents should, or family should act. I don't know. When are we going to get to see Public's mother and see her side of the story of why she's pushing and pressuring Public? But anyways, you think that son was like, oh, let me see what's going on outside. Nope, one boy he probably ate already and he's trying to get ready to sleep. Or maybe they looked at son and said, big people are talking, you should stay in that room now. First of all, Sammy, the wardrobe in your house is something else. 1 minute they dressed you good, the next minute they dressed you like a whole person. Anyways, so Solar mother is leaving, and Public's like, you could have stayed if you wanted to, and the mother is like, no, because I have some event meeting to go to. It is at this point that Public decided to use the opportunity to talk to Solar's mother and ask Solar if there was any childhood trauma that Solar experienced. The mother said son, then switched it up and said Solar must have had a point where, because Public knew about Solar not having a father. The mother said that when Solar was 7 years old, the father left them alone. But then Sammy's character picked up on when the mother mistakenly called Solar's son and asked if Solar was once named Son. The mother said yes, he was named Son, but Solar changed it to Solar. So that's why I said that Solar and Son is one person. But the thing is, they don't know if it's the father leaving triggered the boy to bring with the accident, bring him back to the 7-year-old self. We don't know. We just know that at 7, the boy father left, and maybe the accident bring back the 7-year-old self. We don't know, but we want to know what will bring him back to Solar. Because if Solar didn't like his name at the time and changed it to Solar, maybe Solar can remember why he changed it to Solar instead of keeping the name Son. But before Solar mother leaves, she looks at Public and say one day Solar will come back, and hope that Public never gives up on Solar, because this is the stuff that they need. Yada yada. Moving on. Son is a very adventurous boy, because Son waited until everyone left for him to go through the box that his mother brought so he can find toys. But when Public shows up in the house, he's acting all innocent. I'm like, I was just going through the boxes, sorry. But Public said he's not upset, you can go through it. It's your stuff. But I didn't really find much except for one CD. You remember the CD that I talked about, where Pop Beck is the one that sang on that CD? Anyway, Son convinced Pop Beck to actually let him listen to the music that he sang. Anyways, it also, we end up go back in time to when Solar convinced Pop Mech so he can listen to it too. But when he listened to it, he cried. Bear in mind, as you can see, Homeboy is using a Walkman. I still have my Walkman. Damn, how old are these people? Anyway, so Solar was listening to it. This is back in the past when they were in university days. And Solar was listening to the song that Pop Mech wrote or sang or whatever. And tears were flowing. And Pop Mech noticed. And Pop Mech is like, why are you crying? And Solar is like, I don't know. The tears just won't stop. So the song is nice, but for some reason, it got him to cry. So we're in the present, and Son is doing the same thing. Son is started crying, but he doesn't know why he's crying. And Pop Mech noticed. But when Pop Mech tried to talk to him, Son knocked out. Like literally just slept. Like he just knocked out. When he woke up, the person that facing Pop Mech is not Son, it's Solar. Bear in mind, we knew how Solar and Son switch body. They have to sleep. So the fact that he was listening to music and it triggered him to knock him out to wake up to a different person? What sorcery is this? After seeing all this happening, Solar and Pop Mech called his Sponge Bath friends, which is the help friends, to tell them all about the good news. And so they're like, cool, so what was the song that they were listening to? So Pop Mech tries to let them listen to it, but it couldn't play. So Pop Mech tries to open it, but accidentally broke the CD. Now, bear this in mind. This could have been the next solution to solving the entire situation by bringing Solar back to his original self. But in my opinion, I think it's best they shouldn't. Because can you imagine making Son listen to the same music over and over? The boy will get bored and tired of the same music. So it's best not to do that. We have to find out a different solution, or maybe go to a shaman or something. We ought to find something different. This one wouldn't work. So it's back to square one. I'm telling you, every time Solar is around, Pop Mech is just a baby around him. But hey, the greatest thing is it's still Sunday night, which technically is their anniversary. So they still have time to celebrate their anniversary, and Pop Mech wants to boom chicka bam bam, but they can't do that. No. What if they boom shiggy bang bang, and then what if they did it so good that one boy fell asleep and wake up and Son? Can you imagine the trauma that you will put this boy in? Or if they wake up naked, that's another trauma. No, we can't do that. We have to wait. It's a long wait, but we have to wait until it's just Solar alone so you can do whatever it is that you guys wanted to do. But for now, sorry, that's too much for a 7-year-old to even comprehend. This boy might call police on it. No, let's moving on. I gotta admit, slowly but surely, we're starting to get the hang of how this whole situation works out, and getting to find some ideal clues of how to narrow things in the situation that we want. But anyways, this is episode 3. I am going all the way down. If you're gonna see this drama, it's all the way down in 3 or 4 months after this. But if you want to get it to early access, you can watch it on my Patreon. Go support, please. It means a lot to me. Plus, you're getting the early access before it reaches to YouTube. How great is that?